Hi, my name is Jermaine, and I started my first company at the age of 16. And at 22 years old, I left my full time job to go and run that same business full time. So, in this video, I'm going to tell you about the four things that I recommend you have in place before you take that same step and run your business full time. So, the first thing that you want to have in place is a proven business model. What this means is that you have a way to repeatedly and consistently make money. Now, this point actually means the business model can be proven, but your business is not quite at the state where it's making money, which means that if that's the case, you need to be on an upward trend. And what that means is sometimes opportunity presents itself to take your business full time even before the numbers add up. And sometimes that's a judgment call that you need to make. So, for example, there are persons who will leave their full-time job knowing that there are contracts coming up or bids coming up that they can take a chance, and those bids or those contracts will generate enough revenue to justify the move, but they would not have the bandwidth to do it part-time. There are situations like that. So you want to be sure that the business model is proven. You want to be sure that your business is profitable and can cover those expenses that will be there that won't be covered by your 9 to 5 job, right? So the next thing that you want to do is to be sure you have a strong pipeline. Pipeline is just a fancy sales term that means you have enough business lined up or potential business lined up for the next maybe 6 months to a year. That should be enough to say, okay, all right, I'm confident enough to take this step, knowing that, based on how the last 6 months or the last 12 months have been, I can predict my business a little bit to know that in the next 6 to 12 months, I'll have this amount of revenue that will cover my expenses, and I can get better and improve as I go. And that really stems from your business model. If it is that you're not able to generate enough leads in this way, maybe you need to look at how you're generating leads, maybe spend some more time committing to a solid marketing plan, a marketing strategy that will generate enough leads to help build out that pipeline. The third thing that you want to have is an exit strategy. And what I mean by that is, let's say that you have a situation like a pandemic. What if there's a situation that you don't plan for? What if those leads that you have, they've chosen another product, or something has happened, that industry is now under pressure? Something is there, maybe there's a new tax law that is passed that impacts that industry greatly, and now your profitability is drastically impacted. You have to be able to make that adjustment. It could be to your business model, it could be to your price, whatever it is. You have to be flexible enough or able to make the changes in real time, especially if you have responsibilities and commitments that you need to make each month in terms of payments. You may not be able to withstand a very long time without that consistent income. So the third thing that you want to have in place is a good exit strategy. It doesn't mean that you'll have all your bases covered, but you want to be sure that you can withstand a couple of months of reduced or maybe no income. And the last thing, probably one of those things that some would argue would be first, is that you want to be sure that you absolutely have what it takes to be an entrepreneur. And what I mean by that is your mindset has to be that of a problem solver and not someone who maybe takes on stress maybe a little bit too easily, or maybe not you're just not used to going weeks or months without a lead or a job. There'll be months where you have to dip into savings to cover expenses that you didn't plan for. You have to be able to handle a season where maybe your customers are cutting back on spending, and now you have to seek new business. There are so many things that comes with being an entrepreneur. You have to be resilient, you have to be strong, you have to be committed, you have to be dedicated, you have to be able to withstand even the mental struggles that come with being an entrepreneur. And that is something where honestly you won't know until you do it. But it's worth asking yourself those questions, those what if questions, those hard questions. Should things not go the way I plan? Should I not be able to do the things that I want to do? Should my life be impacted to the way where maybe I can't do the extra things or the nice things? Am I willing to just double down on work and get what I need to get done in order to, turn things around? So you have to be sure that this sounds like something that you're able to do before you take that step, especially if you're one who is married, or maybe you have children, or you have just commitments and expenses that you won't be able to miss a payment for. So those are the 4 things that I think you should have in place. There may be other things depending on the type of business you're looking to go into, but those 4 things I think cover a very high percentage of the cases where you would be considering going to run your business full time. If you found value in this video, I'll ask you to leave it a like. Let me know in the comments below the type of business you're considering maybe going into full time and where you are along the process. Have you made the decision? Are you on the fence? Are you excited? Are you maybe waiting until COVID has passed before you run your business full time? I'd say if you have those 4 things in place, you may not want to wait. It really depends, because there may be an opportunity in the market now that someone else may take that opportunity if you wait too long. So make those considerations and let me know what are your thoughts below. Thanks for watching.